just move some bits so I can sit down. Okay, hello everybody, welcome. I thought I would try doing a mid-week live for a change, just because my little girl's in nursery, so I don't feel pressured to have to be done by a particularly certain time if I do it around lunchtime. And on Saturday's Disaster Live, a few people said they could do Thursdays, so I thought let's do a Thursday lunchtime and let's just see how it goes. We'll see if anyone joins in. If not, then I'll just post it later to YouTube and you can catch up later, and maybe we'll look at doing weekends again. But anyway, today I thought I would make some silhouette cards. I really enjoy making these. They're really fun to do. They're very easy and they're really, really effective. So I actually have two here that I made already, and we're just going to have a play. So we're going to use two different ways because I really like silhouette cards, as I said. This one I used stamps, and then I realised I don't have a whole load of stamps to be able to do this. So this one I used a stencil. So I thought, let's do this today. So for this card, I used Distress Oxides, and I think I got a much nicer blend. And on this one, I used just Distress, and it's a bit harsher. Personally, I find oxides easier to blend, but it's really a personal preference. So this one here was made up using, what did I use? I do have it written down somewhere. This one I use spun sugar, tumble grass and broken china, and then this one I use spun sugar, shaded lilac and mermaid lagoon, and then that's black soot. So let's just crack on and see what happens. So I think for today we'll start with the DL card. So I have a DL card base which I'll just fold and burnish. Okay, so we'll put that away for later. And then I need my stamping card. So this is the stamping card I'm using. This is by Creative Craft Products. It was a pack of 30. It's really heavily used. I'm going to need to buy some more soon, but it was really really inexpensive to buy. So this is what I'll be using for both of the cards today. Okay, so let's cut this down to size. So for the DL card, I cut this to 8 by 3 5/8 roughly. So let's have a look. It's almost 8 anyway, which is handy. Oh, yeah, but we are going to have to cut it. Okay, so cut that to 8. And then about 3 5/8 is about there. Okay, so I'm going to use slightly different colours to the ones I used before, but we'll go through that now. So for my colour blends, I looked on inkyandstampy.com. I really like that they have all the different shades on there of the distress inks, and you can just pick the ones you want to use. So I went on there and had a look. Now I am quite limited. I don't have all the colours in the oxides at the moment, so I sometimes have to substitute. So I've gone for Squeeze Lemonade, Mowed Lawn, and then I'm going to use Mermaid Lagoon. So those are the 3 I'm going to try. So I'm going to start with the Squeeze Lemonade. I've not used this brush. It's nice and soft and clean. Okay, now hopefully there won't be too much shake going on, but I can't guarantee that. I didn't have time to sort out a different setup. So I'm just going to start at the bottom, start blending on. Apologies if you're getting shaken around a little bit. It's a very inky pad, I have to say. They're new, so some of them are very, very inky. That's a really nice colour. I really like that. Okay. So I kind of want to do this in quarters. Now we're going with the mode lawn. So green brush. I assume they must be. They're the same as the ones I got before. Okay, we'll just use this one. For green, it's not been used before. Oh no, there's my green one. Thought there had to be one. Okay. So just before I go in with the green, I'm just going to wipe off this yellow off my mat. Okay, let's have a go with this green. Start off the side and come in. That is very green. That is very juicy. But that's fine. I do find these easier to blend out. Maybe because they're chalkier, maybe. I don't know. I just find they work nicer. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's only me that struggles with the distress. I love the distress and I love all the names and I love inks in general. Today I just find oxides a little bit easier. Just come in from this side now. So these are relatively quick to do. This probably won't be a massively long live, if I'm honest. And we'll just keep on going till we're done. Apologies for all the shaking. Hopefully it's not making you feel too sick. This is a really nice green pad. Very juicy. My craft stash to do and I thought, oh fuss, so I can get some more. It's a bit hard with the light to tell how these are going together. I think it's okay. Can't win with the light in here at the moment. Okay, let's just give that a wipe off. And now I'm going to go in with that blue. Just on the top. And it's so juicy, it's leaking out down there. Okay, let's come in with the blue. Mermaid Lagoon I've used a couple of times. Blues and purples seem to might be my go-to colours. They are definitely the ones I use the most. And Peacock Feathers is probably my favourite ink of all time. Absolutely love that one. Do you have a favourite distress shade? Let me know. I would love to know. I'm a real sucker for all the names. I need to get the most recent ones. I don't have those. I'm waiting for the new kit to come out. They've got to be bringing the kit out again soon. I think we're on kit 18 now. Sure, they've done 4 more. So hopefully it won't be too long and then I can grab that. I have some more colours to play with. This is really nice. It's blending together nicely. Doesn't need to be 100% perfect because the stamps are really what you're looking at. But it's nice to practice blending, and I just think the nicer you can get your blend, the better, really. Just keep on blending till I'm happy. Just this bit in the middle. We're getting there. Kind of soften that line out. Okay. I'm pretty pleased with that. Quite a nice contrast. So now let's do the stamping. I'm just going to wipe this off. So I'm going to use my stamp platform and I'm going to start with the dandelion stamp. Now let's see, I'm going to turn my platform round to do this, I think, and I think we're going to take the paper out as well. That's just like to mop up extra ink if I ever go off the page. I don't think I'll really be going off the page for this one. So let's see, this is the dandelion stamp. I got this in the charity shop. I had been watching it online for a long time, so I was very happy to find it in a charity shop. I don't actually know who makes it, but this is what I'm using. So let's see, I might start with the little one with the missing bit, because that is going to come from the side. In fact, let's put that paper back for 2 seconds to do this. So this one's going to come at an angle just from that bottom left corner. Buried my magnets now. That was a great start. And then this one is going to go straight up the page with a little bit of a gap between them. There we go. And if I go off the page, then I know everything is joined up. Not actually in shot. There you go. So by coming off the page, it means that there's no gaps. Sometimes if you don't quite line the bottom of the stamp up properly, you get a gap at the bottom, and that's just really irritating, isn't it? So I've come off the page to get that. So now I'm going to stamp these images out, and I'm going to use the Versamark ink to do that. Just put these inks away really quickly. Okay. Stamp this down. Use my microfiber cloth over the top just to be able to give it a rub and get some friction. Again, apologies for any shaking. Okay, let's see how that's come out. Okay, so I need to re-stamp. Just give it a push. Hope for the best. Okay, let's put some more ink on there. Not sure whether these were originally free with the magazine or something, maybe. But yeah, somebody put them in the charity shop, so I was very pleased to be able to pick those up. Hi, how are you, Slade? All right. Thank you for coming to watch. I'm just making inky cards today. Just having a nightmare with this little one down here and that one. Just do the candle to get a bit more. Oh, and there go my brushes all over the floor. That was just not the best thing I could have done. There we go, we're getting there. Why is that one not stamping great? Let me give it another go. Okay, that I can live with. And then I'm just going to clean these off. I'm going to put the big one away. And I'm just going to use the little one. And this one is literally just going to peek onto the page. Again, at an angle. Down the bottom here. With just that top bit showing. Oh, did ink the right bit up. Okay. And that's stamped nicely, so goodness knows what was going on earlier. Okay, so now I'm going to put my sentiment on, and then I'm going to add the little flyaway bits. So for the sentiment, I'm going to use the Apple Blossom Bokeh and Special Sentiments, and I'm going to use the Thinking of You Today and Always, just because I really liked it on the last one. I don't know, maybe that would be nice to send to someone. So that's going to go at the top, just like that. Maybe down a little bit. Okay, let's give that one a stamp. With dandelion seed and resin necklace. Oh, dear. Military children. Oh, really? Yeah, I've tried the domed. I've got the domed blending foam things. I've got flat ones. I've got a rectangle one. The rectangle one I haven't used. That just looked a little bit scary, to be honest. But yeah, I have got the domed one. I just love the brushes. I really like. But I think that's the way forward for me. Unless actually I'm using Prism, and then I can use the flat head sponges. Yeah, for some reason, don't know why. Ink's ink at the end of the day, but apparently not for me. Apparently, well, that looks nice. Okay, yeah. So I think it depends on what I'm using as to which of my arsenal I get out. Okay, so that's the sentiments. Now to decorate, all I need to do is grab these little flyaway bits. So I have, and I just put them on an angle at various different places on the card. And I'm only going to do 3 because we obviously work in uneven numbers. Let's see, maybe there. Just fills in some of the gaps. Okay. Really, really hot here today. And I had the window open earlier, but I felt really, really subconscious about sitting in my bedroom appearing to talk to myself with the window open, because the neighbours can't see that I'm doing a live. And I just felt really self-conscious having the window open, so I'm absolutely baking doing this. But yeah, I just felt really self-conscious suddenly. Okay, let's put those back on the sheet before I lose them. That's really pretty. I really quite like that. I think that's come out really nicely. So now I need to cut some black card to back that onto. I just think they look really nice when you back them onto a kind of card. And that also gives that a chance to dry now. How pretty is that? I really like that. Really pleased with that. Okay, stamping platform away. Let's leave that in the hot sun to cook. Let's get some black card and bring my trimmer back. Now this one I'm going to cut to probably 8 1/4 and then like chop a bit off, and then 3 7/8 I think. Let's open this up a little bit. In fact, that's actually quite nice. So let's do the width first. So what was I saying? I was going to do it at 3 5/8. 1 8 3 8. So it's about there-ish. Nope, totally misjudged that. Okay. Maybe I meant 3 7/8. What a fool I am. Okay, that's fine. Let's do 3 7/8. Or did I say one thing and then do another? That is also very likely. Oh, yeah, there we go. Looks right. Now, let's see how that looks on the card blank and see if I need to chop that down any, or whether that's going to do. Right, I think we'll just chop little slithers off, I think. So I do want to see the white of the card base behind. So I'm just going to chop little bits off at a time until I'm happy. So it's literally just a slither here and a slither there. Literally a slither. Apologies if you can hear the puppy. He is in boisterous mode today. He could go for a walk soon, actually. He's had his second jabs. So the fun is really about to start. Although I have been lead training him around the garden and that's been going well. So hopefully all will be fine. I think that might work, actually. Cool, excellent, happy with that. Right, let's get this stuck down. So I've got the double-sided tape. I forgot my bin again. One day I'm going to do a live and remember to put a bin next to me. Hey, I did say 7/8, did I? So I did say one thing and then do something completely different. I don't know. I'm going to put it on here so that if the ink isn't completely dry, it only smudges on black card. Hopefully it won't smudge. Hopefully we're going to get away with this. Okay. Just run some tape all around this. So let me know, do you watch YouTube shorts? Because my friend is doing so well with them and they've never been my thing. Like, I've only just started trying them out and I didn't realise how many people watched them. But my friend, oh my goodness, he's like taking over YouTube. He's doing so well. And I'm like, maybe I should try some more of these things. But they're a lot of work. Well, I think they're a lot of work. It's much easier just to film a video. Or do a live. I enjoy lives. They're not as scary now. I just, half the time, think I'm just talking to myself. Daughter laughed as I should have. You shouted at the screen, did you? Sorry. Someone else was shouting at the screen the other week when I wasn't using, was it tweezers or something to pick up gems? And yeah, I had someone shouting at the screen then. I need to practice more. I'm really sorry. I know he's really loud. He's been fed and watered and had a toilet break before I started. He winds the other two up though. He's a little so-and-so, and then he barks at them to play, and then all hell breaks loose. But they're really good with him, to be fair. They are good dogs. But he's just a bit of a menace at the moment. And he's in that shark boy phase as well. Like, just, you can't cuddle him. He just is constantly biting and nipping, and you're constantly having to put like a chew in his mouth instead of your hand and be like, no, we don't eat humans. We don't eat our people. If you know, you know. Okay, let's have a go and see if I can get this on sort of straight. It's really hard when you can't get right over the top. But if I go over the top, I either hit you with my head or knock you or put my head in shot. So either way, it doesn't really work. So go. Just gently press that down. Okay, let's just come off of my screen, rotate. I don't know why. It's been fine the whole time. Right, this is going to go on here. That's really pretty. I really quite like that. Let's just run this down. What have you been doing today? Is it hot where you are? Is it sunny? I had to run up the stables first thing. Get that done. Run around, sorting the house out, the dogs. Took my little one to nursery. I had a delivery yesterday, and it had, I'm not kidding, it was a massive box full of straw to protect the goods inside, but the nursery have got bunnies and tortoises, so I emailed them and I was like, would you like some free straw? So I just felt bad throwing it away, and luckily they said yes please, so I took them a massive box of straw today for their animals. And today they've got a petting zoo in probably about nowish, I think. So that'll be nice. Although when she comes home and I say, what have you done today? Nothing. She's 4 and acts like 15. You know, the moody, surly, nothing. Anyway. Let's fold these back. Did you see the Christmas release from Hunky Dory this morning? Oh my goodness. It is just gorgeous. It's called Porcelain Portraits, and it is just the cutest collection. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun with that. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right, card opens that way. Let's make sure we're sticking this down right. That would be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? I'm gonna go for it there. Yeah, it's all dogs. This collection, it's all dogs. It's utterly gorgeous. So if you're a dog lover, you'll love it. I think I'm going to put my video up tomorrow on it. Right, that's card 1 done. Isn't that beautiful? I really quite like that. So the next one, we're going to do something similar but different. Hibernating is obviously not like the sun. Not allowed. Oh, you're not allowed out in it. Blood tests. Oh, don't like blood tests. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. Well, I hope you rest up and feel better soon. Right, let's do the second card. So this one is going to be on a 6x6 card blank base. So we just get that one ready. And this next one is going to use a stencil, which I was sent in Happy Mail. So I'm going to use this. I don't know who it's by. I don't know where it's from. Somebody just really kindly sent it to me. But I haven't got loads and loads of stamps to be able to do that really nice silhouette look. I've got hundreds of stamps, just not many that will do the silhouette look. So I raided my stencils, and actually this works just as nicely. So that's what we're going to use for the next card. So where's my stamping card? Let's cut some of this down. Did I have? I don't think I had any offcuts. Okay, we'll cut into a new piece. That's fine. Okay, so for this one, I'm also going to use Distress as opposed to Oxides, and then you'll see the difference that I get anyway on this cardstock and any cardstock really, and the difference between the two. But I definitely find the Oxides easier. So this one I'm going to cut down to 5.5 square. So that's 5.5 by 5.5. Let's bring in the Oxides. I better just pick up my brushes really quick because I've knocked them all over the floor. What an idiot. Oh. Or maybe I'll just get the colours I need. So I need an orange, a yellow and a red brush. Oh, maybe it's just easier just to grab them all. Sorry about that. Okay, also, look how nice this is. Someone made this for me and sent it to me in Happy Mail. And I thought, what a perfect way to store my blending brushes. But it's starting, oh, I'm butterfingers today. It's starting to come away where I've got so many brushes in it. So I need to super glue that or something. And I love how these brushes came with the lids, so I can instantly tell which are for my Oxides and which are for my regular Distress. And I'm going to use different colours to the ones I showed at the beginning, just because I wanted to have an inky play, if I'm honest, and try some different colours and some different blends. So I've just reorganised all my inks as well. I used to have them in set order, but actually it's much easier just having like all the yellows and orange together, all the purples and reds together. It's just so much easier. So let's see. I'm going to start with, I think, fossilized amber on this card, which is kind of a yellow. So let's grab this brush here. Let's move that over there. Fossilized amber. Okay, again, I looked on Inky and Stampy for these blends. For the Distress ones, I don't need to substitute anything because I've got pretty much all of them. It's only the Oxides I end up having to substitute. Okay, and maybe I'd have more luck with Distress if I had the full size pads, but I've only got what I've got, so that's what I'm going to be using. So let's come in and start with fossilized amber. Apologies for the shaking. I'll try and hold the table as still as I can. This is not a colour I use a lot, and looking at it going down, I don't know why, because that's really pretty. That's a really nice colour. Why don't I use this one more? I guess because my go-tos are blues and purples for whatever reason. Sometimes pink. But this is actually really nice. It's a really nice yellow. Let's just get this on. Really nice way to spend an afternoon, creating inky cards, chatting to all of you, and creating pretty ink blended cards. This is so relaxing as well, just playing with colours, playing with inks, blending away. It's just, yeah, it chills me out. After all the running around, it's nice just to sit and go, ah. Right, what's next? Let's go, where's orange? I think that's my orange brush. Looks orange. Okay, let's go for spiced marmalade next. Marmalade makes me think of winter. I don't know why. I know it's a lot of people have on their toast at breakfast, but for some reason I just associate it with winter. But I am quite weird, so I'm the first to admit that. Not everyone's cup of tea. Okay, that goes really nicely with that fossilised amber. I guess they've got similar hues, maybe. Inky and Stampy is the best resource for ink blending, honestly. They've got something for all the colours. They're really great. Everything's easy to find. I don't know how long they've been around, but I'm starting to hear more and more people talk about them. And considering I don't really use oranges much, this isn't going as great as it could. I've got it all over my thumb now. I thought if I just took some off on the edge there, kind of thought maybe you'd get a nice subtle bit in the middle. And I can go in and pick that colour back off my mat and just bring it back in. I really don't like wasting ink. These are going together quite nicely. I definitely think this stamping card makes all the difference. It's probably the stamping card out of the three I use the most. Really, really nice. And it's really inexpensive. I didn't think $7.99 for 30 sheets was actually too bad. I'm going to have to go back in with the fossilised amber in a minute because I'm getting a bit of a line across the bottom there, which just needs to soften out. We'll do that at the end. Okay. Now, oh, let's put that there. Now I'm going to want, I think, festive berries. So let's grab the red brush. Festive berries is actually, I think, one of my favourite reds. And I love how accurate the names are. Like when you look at a Tim Holtz ink and the name he's picked and you instantly get it, you're like, yes, that is the colour of festive berries, or yes, that is the colour of worn lipstick. Like, he is absolutely bang on. Which is another reason you know what you're getting. Do you know what I mean? It's like the label says it all and it's really descriptive. I was on the live a little while ago that he was doing and someone asked how he came up with the name Worn Lipstick, and it was to do with his nan, and it was really sweet. Sorry about the puppy. Yappy yappy. Okay, let's just blend this out. I'm just imagining the other two are just looking at him like, really? If he gets too much, his brother will just put a paw out and splat him and be like, enough. And then they'll go to sleep. So pretty. This one's going to look kind of sunsetty. It's going to be really nice. I was playing the other night trying to do Northern Lights for a Christmas card that I was inking. But today, not quite 100% happy with it yet. And I thought people might be a bit sick of Christmas already, so I thought I'd ease off on the Christmas stuff for now. Okay. That's actually really nice. I don't think I need to soften any of those lines out. I'm pleased with how those are looking. So let's grab my stencil. Okay, so this is going to go, again, slightly off the edge with the branch. Hold this in place with some tape. Be a little bit careful because I can't do it all around all the sides. This plethora of tape on my desk. Let's use that. Okay, there we go. And then I want black soot. I'm going to use an oxide one because I've got a nice big somewhere. There it is. I'm going to use that one. And where's my blending brush? There it is. Villainous Potion, is it? Yeah, that's a nice one. Actually, I've got that one. It's a nice deep purple, isn't it? It's really nice. Great for Halloween as well. Okay, and I'm just going to go over the top. I'm going to be careful when I get near the edges because I don't want to get black over that line. So I can be a bit free in the middle, but I have to be careful when I get near the edge. And I also have to watch that I don't get it on my fingers as well. So for up here, I'm just pulling the ink across. I'm not even using circular motions. I'm literally just pulling it because then I've got a bit more control on the brush. And I don't get near the edge. Putting a lot on, I'm not being mean with the ink. But yeah, I'm just being a little bit careful near those edges. Working the ink in. Near the edge again, so I'm just pulling. Be careful with my fingers because when I lift this up, I don't want to have ink on my fingers and get it on the card. Again, I'm near an edge, so I'm pulling down this time. I've only held it in place on one side, so I'm being a bit careful to hold it nice and tight. Near an edge, so again, I'm just pulling the ink. These ones I can do circles with. They're kind of in the middle. But the good thing about having it on the edge only, that kind of acts like a hinge. So if I'm really careful, I can always lift it, check I'm happy with the ink. And if I want to add some more, if I don't think it looks quite dark enough, I can then go back in with some more. So just pull the ink near the edges. This is a really lovely stencil. Very kind to have been sent this. Okay, just going to do one more pass with the ink just to make sure I've got good coverage. Okay. Moment of truth. Oh, look at that. Okay. I will clean that off in a minute. It's the soapy water. Isn't that pretty? There's a tiny, tiny little line of black ink there where I've obviously still managed to go over the edge, but it's not too noticeable. Like, I don't think, if I showed this to my husband, I don't think he would pick up on it. A crafter maybe, but your average Joe, no. Right, really happy with that. Yes, I just called my husband an average Joe. Whoops. Oh dear. Oh well, he won't be watching, he's at work, it's fine. So I need to cut a black strip for this now. But it's going to have to be a new piece of cardstock because I messed that last one up, didn't I? So let's grab some more. This black is from Hobbycraft. I really like it. I'd say it was their cheaper range. It was a pack of maybe 50. I love it. It's great for mats and layers. I wouldn't make a card base out of it, but for mats and layers, it's pretty darn good. So let's see. This one I'm going to cut to 5 5/8 square. So let's try and not make anyone shout at the screen this time. That is 1, 3, that's 5/8 there. Okay. Make sure I do what I say this time. And then I'm going to count it again this way. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. There we go. That should sit nicely on there. Yeah, look at that. That's so nice. I actually think I like that better than my original one. I think that's really beautiful. I'm really pleased with that. Thank you. Right, let's leave this. I was going to say let's leave this to dry off a bit, but I don't think I can really. So I'm just going to have to be really, really careful because it would be really, really bad to get this far into it and then ruin it. I was looking for my tape and I'd put it on the windowsill because obviously that's where you put your tape, isn't it? What a donut. And then when I'm finished on this live, Amazon, I think, have been to me this morning and left me some storage that I need to go and build. Well, that's what I'm assuming is in the box. It's the only really large thing I've ordered. It wasn't supposed to come till next Tuesday and it's come today, so that was a nice surprise. Wasn't expecting it so quick, which is why I'm like, is it storage though? But, yeah, that's what I'll be doing later, and I will post this live to YouTube, so anyone who's missed it and wants to catch up can do. Let's put that across there. So I like putting the strip in the middle because the ones on the outside act as like your bunny ears, and then when you've got it all in place you can push down in the middle and it kind of grabs hold, and then you can remove the tapes from the outside without anything moving. Learned that off Natasha Foot. I do like her, she's incredible. Who are your favourite crafters to watch? I like Anne Melvin. So many. There's a guy I've started watching. He was on TikTok and he's just come to YouTube. He's American. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Is it Ryan something or other? He's just fascinating to watch. And he makes it all look so easy. And then you try it yourself and you're like, wait, that's not as easy as you made it look. So let's try and get this straight. probably okay. Just be careful of that ink because I think it's still probably a bit wet. That one's stuck. There we go. Okay, and then just need to put it on the card base. Cards opening that way, put it the right way. Yeah, that's going to be so nice. Okay. On the tape around here. The only thing with double-sided tape as opposed to glue seems to keep it stick a lot longer. So if people want to keep the cards I send them, kind of I'm not massively pleased to use tape because after, well, quite a while, but they do fall apart. The glue loses its stick and bits come off. Whereas glue, I've not had any issues with glue. But I like double-sided tape because you don't get any, obviously, squidging out the side, which when you're using inks like this, you don't want anything water-based getting to them or they're going to react. And you don't get any marks underneath the cardstock with tape, whereas glue, you can sometimes see it through the card, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know. A funny line to work. Construction glue and Collal is really, really good. They don't tend to warp papers. I want to try art glitter glue. It's on my list of things to try. The one I got from Michael's years and years ago was really glittery. It isn't what I thought it was. I've given that to my little girl. She uses that for her sticking, as she calls it, and she loves it because it's obviously glittery. And then I end up finding glitter everywhere for days, but it's fine. It washes, it's fine, and it uses up something that I bought and then didn't like, and surely that's the most important thing, that we're not wasting ink. Okay. There we go, that's card number 2. So that is done. 2 really quite beautiful cards, even if I do say so myself, using 2 different methods. Here's the ones that I kind of started off the live showing. It's amazing how different colours can change it as well. But I think it's that this one stands out more on the sunset background. These, I like both of them. I don't think I could choose between them, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. 2 different ways to do a silhouette stamping on silhouette cards, even if you don't have silhouette stamps. Or if you have limited stamps even. So thank you very much for coming and watching today. I really, really appreciate it. I will try and do another live soon. Let me know in comments what is best for you, what days, what times, that kind of thing. And I really hope you like my cards. Let me know what you think down below. So I'm going to go make a cup of tea, check on those dogs that have suddenly gone very, very quiet and makes me a little bit nervous. And yeah, I'm going to go and get on with some other things now. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.